South African. Don't care that you like the color green. That we need to all reach out to the next person and take that. I'm taking my experience and I share it on to the next person. I've had some other members who have been to America with the Philadelphia Pride, and he has shared his view, not just my view. So it's a universal thing. People need to learn that. South Africans need to learn that this is what's happening in another country. This is the bonds and family that it gets created, and share that on with other people. What would I bring up from South Africa to Cape Town? Sunshine. We have glorious weather. There's very little I can teach. I think I can teach people. What you see is what you get. I think there are even more wonderful people than I can imagine to be, even in this room. There are people I look up to, and there's nothing I can teach you. And so I'll bring the weather and hope your winters are better.
Okay, you have.
Yes, I have one question. You've talked about the apartheid, and you've talked about freedom in South Africa, the community you got. You especially have the rights to marry way before the United States did. But sometimes we get complacent here in the United States, and in some countries get complacent. And so if we could give you anything back to take to your country, for instance, some of the complacency has been just recently, within the last month, a young gay boy was burned to death on the streets of Cape Town. And we don't hear that so much in the United States. And so therefore, I'm thinking maybe we can give our support here in the United States and give you certain things to take back. What would those be?
Thank you for that, and I'm very happy you said that, boy Tom. Yes, there was a young man, 21 years old, in the prime of his life, a beautiful boy, who was literally set on fire because he's gay. And he lives less than an hour away from me. And this was just 4 days before I left for my trip. I mentioned it in my keynote. What can you guys bring for us is support. Know that we can reach out to all of you and say we are a community in need. My job I've always been a little activist, and I will just quickly say something. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, that is his full name. Rolihlahla means little troublemaker. That is his middle name. I've always been called a troublemaker, and I believe in making trouble. I get the word out there. So my job as an activist, as the front man for South Africa, my job is to tell people about these things. I am fortunate to be here today and share with you my story and what happens back home. If I didn't tell you about this 21-year-old boy who was burnt alive, you wouldn't know about this. So it's a two-way street. We all need to work together. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what community you're from or what country you're from. We all have needs. We all have problems. And half of the states in America have banned homosexual marriages, same-sex marriages. We all need to work together, and I believe there is a way, and it's possible.
Okay, one more question, last one. Anybody? Okay.
Last year,
Is it dead?
maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you?
Okay, so last year, when Sir James came to visit, once he went back home, he initiated a pen pal group for women in South Africa with women in the United States. Is that something that you would be willing to initiate for additional trans men, leather men in South Africa?
I have worked with, and yes, definitely. I have been working with James on that. I share and value his knowledge and his passion and drive. He's the most passionate, driven man that I've known in a long time. Definitely, I do believe that I have my own ways in reaching out to people. We all have different platforms. We all have different visions. James and I have sat together and we discussed this, and we have a clear view of where we want to go with this. I said this to so many people this weekend. I wish I could take South Africa's community, place them for one weekend at one of these conferences. We will move mountains.
Wow.
Because people back home have no clue how amazing this is, and how accepting, I'm as a South African sitting here today, how accepting and valued I feel being in your community.
Thank you. Thank you.